I think going into this playoffs, you want Jake Elliott doing kickoffs. You want him doing kickoffs. Braden Mann is still struggling with his kickoffs. They've either been short or out of bounds. I think Jake Elliott needs to be doing kickoffs. I feel like that sets him up nicely for his field goals. He did miss a layup yesterday. Granted, it was really windy in Philly. And, the weather was turning. It was very windy. I'm not going to take that away, but you've been kicking for a long time, and I'm at a point now where I don't. I feel like it's going to be really important for the Eagles to win their games by a touchdown or more. You don't want to be in a situation where Jake Elliott got to make the go-ahead field goal right now. I'm just not feeling Jake Elliott in this present moment. He missed a 35, 38
He
yarder.
asked. He asked.
He's making me very uncomfortable right now. Even though his resume prior to the season is legitimate. This, as a kicker, right? You're only as good as. That's the thing about being a kicker in the NFL. You're only as good as your last kick.
Nah, he asked, man. He asked, Tom. I'm scared. I'm worried.
I'm worried about him in particular. Yeah.
I'm worried. And the only way to fix this is you ain't worried, Symone. You're shaking your head.
I thought I firmly planted my flag of worry.
Oh, okay. I was making sure. I thought you had to change your heart because he ain't do no improvement since you planted the flag.
No, I've been said months ago. I'm shaking my head because you just don't try to keep it cute. You know what I'm saying? You just come in heat.
No, because y'all, it's the playoffs now. Because this what we got to realize, right? Mm-hmm. And it's just speaking for me. Outside of Gilly, I'm gonna get trolled the second most if we don't complete the objective. If you ask, you gotta hey, we gotta figure this out now. You know what I mean? I think this what we could do to help him, help us, help himself. You know what I mean? Don't go for it on fourth. If it's 4th and 3, well within his 28-yard range, get him them feel good kicks. Get him them. Don't go for the 4th and 3. You know what I'm saying? I know it may be scary, but get him some feel good kicks. Even the extra points. If we putting up a bunch of points early, them feel good kicks help him out, man. Get him some of them. We just can't expect him to make a 53-yarder when we ain't used him all game. We did that a couple of times for him this year, in all fairness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's get him some rhythm kicks.
Yeah, I agree. He's only made 150-yarder all season. I think he's had about 8 or 9 attempts to do so. He's only made one of them.
And he's getting too much bread for that.
Yeah. They actually just re-upped him, I think, last season or the year before, something like that. So he got some new money in his pocket. But I think what stood out to me, like I said, when he's doing the kickoffs, he doesn't miss. Whenever he's not doing the kickoffs, something's off. And you know,
because he's warming up. That's exactly what I'm saying. So he warming up. We getting that leg warm up. I hate him missing, and then we gotta look at the camera zooming on his face and he doing this.
No, it's them wide eyes when he see it's them wide eyes when he bout to kick. When he bout to kick, them eyes be wide as hell.
He be scared.
Those his eyes are. Come on now.
When they like that all the time. Like
y'all reaching.
Nah. I'm talking about when he missed. It'd be like I don't care.
But you know what's so crazy though? Did y'all see Josh Sweat? Like looking at him when he went to the bench and he missed? Josh Sweat had them eyes like, nigga.
Yeah, like tighten up, bro.
And he was walking on the sideline, like when you walking, you try to avoid eye contact.
Tunnel vision, yeah.
He already.
You know what I mean? He ain't even slamming the helmet or nothing. He just trying to get out the way. He be nervous now because
I don't want him slamming the helmet though. I don't want that.
I do.
That make me more concerned. When you slamming helmets, now you see. I need my kicker balanced. No matter what's going on, I need you relaxed, even kill. You know what I mean?
But he's not even killed.
Well, listen. Don't let me see it though. Don't let me see.
But we literally can see the fear on his face. I'd rather see the frustration. I'd rather see the frustration
than fear.
Because look at Tucker. Tucker having a bad season. When Tucker missed, he is livid because he know that ain't him. You know what I'm saying? He like, man, what is going on?
But here's the thing about Tucker though that he don't realize. That's been him for the past 2 seasons. He just didn't realize it yet.
Was he like that last year?
Yeah.
This year he was bad.
This year he was bad, but last year was like is he starting to? He made him, but it was like, is he starting to lose it? This year it was the full cliff dive. So we'll see. The bottom line is, we need to beat people by 4 points or more. I ain't trying to handle field goal games at all. So now let's get to the matchup of the hour. Let's get to why we really here. The playoffs are officially locked in. Let's bring up the playoff picture now. This is how things are shaking out right now for the playoffs. Everybody is locked into their spot, and These are the circumstances. The Eagles will meet the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers have to come to Philadelphia, Lincoln Financial Field. That's a bad joint for them, right? Washington has to go to Tampa Bay. Minnesota has to go to the Rams. And I told y'all, Minnesota, they're paper tigers. They're fraudulent. I told people.
I peeped it last night.
I've been saying it all year. I said, listen, I don't believe them. I don't believe him. Sam Darnold's going to turn back. Listen, it's the Case Keenum effect. Remember in the 2017-2018 playoffs when we knocked them out in the NFC Championship, right? Case Keenum was having a year. He was on the heater. See, the Minnesota Vikings do this. They always find that quarterback that people forgot about or gave up on, and then they turn him into somebody for a season, get him paid, and then he turned back into a pumpkin when he goes somewhere else. We broke Case Keenum, and whoever plays Sam Darnold in the playoffs gonna break him if he ain't been broken already from last night's game. But regardless, though, all three teams from the NFC North are in. 2 teams from the NFC East are in. 1 team from the NFC West, and 1 team from the NFC South, obviously. So when y'all look at this Green Bay Eagles matchup, for one, what's some of the first things that come to your mind and remind you? Jordan Love, he's nursing an elbow injury right now. He hurt it in that game yesterday against the Bears that they fumbled. And Christian Watson, their most talented wide receiver, probably their most dynamic and elite receiver, is probably out for the remainder of this season with the non-contact knee injury. I haven't heard any more details about it, but the way he was crying in that cart, he knows something we don't.
The first thing that comes to my mind when I think about this matchup is stopping Josh Jacobs. I ain't gonna lie. That's the first thing that comes to my mind, because if we can't get out of 3rd and short, it could be a long day for us, man. Because Josh Jacobs is the 3rd best running back in the game. You know what I mean? That's what we're going up against if you want to keep it for real, man. You got to keep these guys out of 3rd and short. You got to, man, because you know what's going to come. And Green Bay is a good play action team as well. You know what I mean? They're a good play action team as well. It's a lot of things that come to mind with this matchup, you know, but that's the first one for me, is stopping Josh Jacobs. Now, on to other things that I think the Philadelphia Eagles need to do that's important is controlling time of possession. And, you know, the amount of injuries that Green Bay has right now, they got guys dropping like flies. So, you know, it's a lot of things. It's a lot of undercover storylines in this, to where we can work out a lot of matchups on both sides of the ball that'll be favorable for us in this matchup.
Yeah, I feel like one of the biggest things is coming out fast. Like,
right.
We saw before Jalen got hurt in the Washington game, how, you know, things were starting to turn around for the offense. We was coming out on fire early. That's what we got to do in these playoffs. I feel like that's what we got to do against Green Bay. Because like you said, LB, and we saw week 1, at any point, Josh Jacobs can turn it up. You know what I'm saying? Break off for a big run. We have to set the tone early offensively. Like, that's the biggest key for me in this game. I know they have a lot of injuries, but we still can't sleep. We can't sleep on the Packers.
No, they won a playoff game last year, man. We don't want to walk into this thing thinking that we're.
Come on now. They was playing the little boys.
It was the little boys. They asked too. But we don't want to walk into this thing sleepwalking, though. We don't. We don't.
We can't be coming in. We can't be coming in sleeping on nobody. But that was the little boys. Anybody with an outlet voice. You come on.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
But yeah, I mean, we just gotta. I hate to sound cliche and sound like the coach talk, but we really just gotta play our game. Like, we coming into this game fully healthy. They're without Jair Alexander. They're gonna be playing Saquon. We're gonna have tons of one-on-one opportunities. Dallas Goedert, AJ, Devontae. Like, Jalen just gotta hit them boys. Like, hit them boys, take advantage of them one-on-ones, and Saquon, then everything should take care of itself. Like,
yeah.
For some reason, I'm not worried about no rest with Jalen Hurts this week. I don't know why.
Say that one more time.
For some reason, I'm not worried about Jalen being rusty.
I said that as well. I'm not really worried about. It's funny you say that, because I think about it from this perspective. He has a legit running game that can sort of set the tone in the game, and he can feed off of that until he's ready to, you know, rip the cord and maybe the follow-up game, you know, when we get there. And y'all do bring up something interesting about the Green Bay Packers. They're not a team that you want to sleep on, but look, I ain't got to play. I'm a content creator. We're going to smack the shit out of them. I'm sorry. I feel
like that too.
Like I don't mean no harm. You know what I mean? I ain't got to play. I ain't got to lace it up. All I got to do is watch and enjoy the show. You feel me? But Green Bay, here's my problem with Green Bay, right? You know, a lot of people talk about how their defense has taken strides, and But I've seen how they play against contenders in their own conference. They played the Lions twice. They played the Minnesota Vikings twice. And they played us once. Those 5 teams that are in your conference that are contenders that you're going to have to run up against 9 times out of 10. And here we are. They haven't proven they could beat a team that's on their level or better. They haven't proven that. And I look at it from the perspective of y'all banged up. Y'all inconsistent, in my humble opinion. The Eagles, it goes without saying, everything we bring to the table, all we got to do is do us. And I trust our defense against anybody. I really do. Like, yeah, they can run the ball, but we can stop the run. We can stop the run. We got guys that know how to shoot the gaps. We got guys that are consistent. I think that was another reason why it was important for Jordan Davis to play yesterday, because they want to keep Jordan Davis in that mode. Keep that conditioning flowing. He a big dude. You know what I mean? 1 week off, he may gain 5 or 10 pounds from a cheeseburger or something. You never know. But I think it was important to have certain guys on defense playing, like you said, Milton Williams out there, and Jordan Davis, Isaiah Rodgers as well. You never know what may happen with Slade's health, but I just think this matchup, this game couldn't have been any more perfect for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I agree. Somehow, some way, I feel like we gotta get a couple turnovers in this game. We don't have to, but those are the things that help us with our separation.
He's gonna give you one.
But that's the thing, though. It's literally, if you could pull up his stats real quick, Tom, it's literally a tale of 2 halves with Jordan Love. You know what I mean? He ain't throw an interception since like damn near Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? But before that, it's literally, I think he might have played 11 games this year because he was hurt after the Brazil game. But he was throwing a lot of interceptions the first 6 games, 7 games he played. He ain't throw interceptions since November. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at it like, you know what I mean?
Let's zoom in on this.
Yeah.
So, Jordan Love numbers here. So, you're right. He hasn't thrown an INT since November 17th against the Chicago Bears. So he has cleaned it up, right? He has. But
look at before that though. Before we start cleaning up his act, every game, multiples and stuff.
1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 1. Yeah. Look.
So it's almost like night and day. But I will say this though too, Tone. He hasn't played us. You know what I mean? The Philadelphia Eagles that he played week 1 in Brazil was not the Eagles that went on the 10-game winning streak. You know what I mean? This is different. This is going to be different for him.
We had 3 turnovers. We had 3 turnovers in Brazil. Still walked out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And you said something really key, LB. Most of the teams that we may see in these playoffs, when they played us, what'd that say? Ian Rappaport says Packers stand wide receiver Christian Watson.
ACL, he out.
ACL, done. Damn. Listen, I don't wish injury on nobody, but damn, man. Prayers up to him. But LB, you said something real key. Think about the teams that beat us in the season. Buccaneers, right? Atlanta. They're not in the playoffs, but Atlanta. We did lose to the Commanders, right? But that was kind of fluky a little bit. But let's say the Bucs, and then you beat Green Bay. And when we played them, prior to the bye week, we were still working out the kinks. We were still figuring things out, and we still did what we did. I just feel like we are an entirely different team from when we played them. Whereas though I don't feel like they changed but so much.
Mm-hmm. So this also a thing to keep in mind. We just got to get past the Packers. There's no bad blood there. So you know what I mean. I hate playoff games like that. The second round is bad blood because we'll either be playing the Buccaneers or Washington. Them 2 teams.
Actually, no Washington. No, Washington.
Washington.
Washington. If we do play them,
because they the 7th seed. Right. If they win, then they'll die to Detroit.
Yeah. So
the only teams I got it down. The only teams we would play second round could be Tampa, Mini, or Rams.
Exactly. And I
Those
like
are only
our odds.
opponents we could get second round.
And I'm not scared of the Bucs. I know some people are. I'm not.
I'm not scared of them either. I feel like we owe them one. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we owe them something. You know what I mean? They gotta come. They gotta come see us, bro.
Think about every time we played them. Think about when they beat us. They beat us every time we was not at full strength. This season they beat us. We had no AJ Brown, no Devontae Smith, no Lane Johnson. Mekhi Becton went down. Right. I think some guys on defense were down, like Reed Blankenship, and so I think Slay went down. If I'm not mistaken, I can't remember, but we were not at full strength at all. And that was before.
And Jalen was going to war too. Jalen was trying. He was going to war that game. But it's just almost. I think he
And
threw
the
a pick. It
first
just ain't so
time,
much you can do.
like in the Jalen Hurts era, Jalen was fresh out the pack playing
right.
the Bucks with Tom. Like
With Tom
that
Brady,
don't even count in my book. You know what I mean? And that the Bucks game this season don't even count. And the fact that we was about to come back on the Bucks, let's not forget we was about to come back on the Bucks with nobody. Like, let's not forget that.
Yeah, and I've seen the Bucks play all year. Like, yeah, they can put points up depending on who it is, but we're not that same defense at all.
But I feel like we gotta keep it on wild
Green
card.
Bay, yes, you're right.
We can't be talking about.
No, you're right. No, you're absolutely right.
So I heard Jordan Love talking about he can't feel his throwing arm. Like they talk about Malik Willis might be even playing
still, because
yes, I've read that this morning that Jordan Love could be a question mark for this game.
Because what I heard during the game was that they could have put him back in, but they decided not to. I don't know how much I believe that, but they said because originally he thought it was his hand. They evaluated it more on the sideline. They said, "No, bro, it's your elbow." So already that's a red flag to me. So you're throwing elbow. You had no feeling. That mean you may not be able to throw the ball downfield if you do play. And again, I'm assuming he does play. You may not be able to throw the ball downfield. You may not have that right. You may not have the same touch that you used to have. Accuracy could be off. I'm telling you, I'm a little early in this, but I'm calling. We forced 2 turnovers out of Jordan Love. I'm calling that because the way the Eagles have been taking the ball away this season, you can't slip up. You can't slip up now. That's another thing that we haven't talked about when it comes to this defense during the show yet. Not only have they been concrete as far as keeping points off the board, they've been forcing a lot of turnovers lately. I mean, they're forcing them in bunches.
Right. Yeah. I mean, almost every game. You know what I mean? Did we get one last week? Did we get one against the Giants?
Yes, to end the game. Sidney Brown interception.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's 3 in a row. That's 3 games in a row. That's 10 turnovers the last 3 weeks, I believe. You know, we had 5 against Washington, 9 the next week against I don't know who was that we beat. Cowboys.
5-4-1. So yeah, 10.
So we got turnover in the Steelers game, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We actually forced the fumble.
Najee fumbled. Remember?
He did fumble. Yeah, who lead the NFL in turnovers? That's so far. That's 11 in the last 4. It's a lot of turnovers, man. And during this 10-game winning streak, man, we was really, you know what I mean? Did we get one against Baltimore? I don't know if we got one against Baltimore.
That's a good question. I don't think so.
I don't think we got one against Baltimore.
Let's see.
It was before the Steelers was the Panthers. I don't think we got one versus Panthers, did we?
Yes, we did. CJ picked one off.
Oh yeah.
I think it was tipped. It was tipped to him or something like that.
No.
Yeah. So as far as so the Buffalo Bills have the best turnover differential with plus 24. So then
it's probably the Vikings after that.
Then the Steelers were plus 16, Green Bay with plus 12, Chargers plus 12, Minnesota plus 12, Eagles plus 11. So yeah, that's pretty much how it stands right now. See, most of our turnovers came in the second half, like these past 3 or 4 games. Most of our turnovers came during that time.
That's surprising because Minnesota.
Or just turnovers total.
So as far as total turnovers go, Minnesota has 33, Steelers 33, Bills 32, Green Bay 31, Texans 29, and Eagles 26. So the Eagles are ranked 6th in the league in total turnovers forced.
Yeah, because we be getting them fumbles.
We be getting them. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yo, we didn't get them at all last year, man. You know what I mean? And that goes back to the discipline side of this, man. Guys are looking to punch that ball out, man. I think in a game like this, going against Josh Jacobs, I would like to see a little arm work sprinkled in there on those for sure rushing downs. You know what I'm saying? I think we might have found some arm work, but you know, Nakobe Dean been playing lights out, so I'm not trying to take Nakobe Dean off the field or whatever the case may be. But you know, this game, the Eagles are going to do this. They're going to prepare as if homeboy's starting. If everybody's starting, they're going to prepare for that, man. Mm-hmm. You know, if Malik Willis play this game, they get blown out. That's the bottom line there with that. He's ass. I'm surprised he don't got a concussion. He got hit hard last week. You know what I mean? So it's like they just not healthy. They're not healthy, man. We healthy. We resting guys. I think this will be a great game to like knock the rust off of Jalen Hurts if there is any. He didn't play in 3 weeks, but it's still a very important game for us, man. This is win or go home. We do got to approach this like it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's something I do want to bring up to you guys, right? So Green Bay, this is what's interesting about them as far as their defense and them keeping points off the board, right? So on the season, Green Bay is only allowing 19.9 points per game. That's sixth in the league. The Eagles are allowing 17.8 points per game. That's second in the league behind the Chargers, which is 17.7. That's a split of a hair, right? But Green Bay, here's the thing. Here's where it gets interesting. At home, they're only allowing 16.8 points per game. Pretty impressive for a home, for home field advantage. Pretty impressive. But on the road, they're allowing 23.4 points per game. That's a touchdown. That's a vast disparity. And the Eagles, they're only allowing 16 points at home and 19 points away. But basically what I'm trying to say is that Green Bay defense don't travel, and it don't travel well.
Yeah, that's a huge. Listen, playing to the Linc is not an advantage for anybody, bro. That's just not an advantage for anybody, man. If we played on Saturday, I would have been there, bro. It's just not an advantage for anybody, and it's cold too. That's not a negative thing for Green Bay because they deal with the same kind of conditions as we do as well. But it's just real hostile, man. It's real hostile this time of year, and I don't think neither team want to see a full steam in the fourth quarter Josh Jacobs or a full steam in the fourth quarter Saquon Barkley. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be about time of possession in this one, bro, because the Green Bay Packers, if they find some success running the ball, they will continue to run the ball. You know what I mean? They down a best wide receiver. They will run the ball if we can't stop it.
They're going to run the ball.
Yeah, and we're going to have to stop the run.
I feel more confident. Like, I just have this high confidence in our defense right now. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like they just going to turn it up even more in the playoffs. Like, outside of the Washington game, where I don't even count it as a negative on the defense because the offense kept them on the floor and they had 5 turnovers. Like, the defense been there for us literally all season long. Like, I feel like the defense passed every single test. Bengals passed that test. Ravens and Derrick Henry passed that test. The Washington game, when we played them the first time, when we had Jalen and they were the top offense in the league, passed that test. Like, I just feel like week 1 against when they didn't even have all their shit together against the Packers. Yeah. We already played Josh Jacobs and got enough stops to get him off the field. So I just feel like this defense is really like going to be there. It's going to show up, especially at home at the Linc. Like, that defense feeds off that energy at the Linc. Like, that game against Dallas was a party. Like, They was lit in there.
And Symone, another thing I want to add in, right, real quick before you go. Here's another thing that they didn't have to deal with in week 1 when they played us. They didn't have to deal with Cooper Dejean.
That's a fact.
That's a key aspect of this. They didn't have to worry about Cooper Dejean.
That's a good point. Also, that was slated as a home game for us, but that shit was in Brazil.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not like this going to be their second time coming to the Linc.
Right.
You know what I mean? This going to be their first time playing the Philadelphia Eagles at home.
It was 70% Packers fans. That was darn near a home game.
Oh, yeah, you was there. That's right.
Anybody. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, man.
I'm not seeing it, bro. They play a Eagles team with nothing figured out. Like, literally, just what we have coming into the season. 5 new starters on defense.
A new defensive coordinator, new offensive coordinator.
Offensive coordinator. Nobody had their ducks in a row. So you playing a team, ducks in a row. Ducks in a freaking row at the Linc. Like, I'm feeling like Tone. Like, I try to stay humble. I try.
For what?
But it's really feeling like B2A. And if we can't B2A, and I hate that the Packers fans be taking this personal. It's not personal.
It's not personal. It's just
the
business.
Birds. Like, we know what we got. And I just feel like if we can't beat the Packers, if we can't B2A the Packers, then if you go player for player, matchup for matchup, where do they have the edge really?
They don't. I say we stay with our identity and just out physical them and just grind them into the ground and get this W.
I agree.
It ain't no need. It ain't no need to come out here trying to reinvent the wheel or be something that we not. Now let's let Kellen Moore. You know what I mean? Unlock the playbook fully. Nah, hell no, bro. Do what you did that and put you on that 10-game winning streak. Physical football. You still got to feed AJ and Smitty. That's cool. They gonna get fed. Dallas Goedert's back, so the blocking should be that much better on the offensive line.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Calcaterra, he still did nicely. but he's not the blocker that Dallas Goedert is. Let's cut it. Let's cut it out.
I just feel like. Go ahead.
What? No, I'm just ready to talk my shit now. Zach Bond, Pro Bowler, first time linebacker. I mean, the Packers not better than us, man. They're not better than us. I'm not saying I'm looking past them, but they got to be sacrificed. We out here looking for a Super Bowl. They just in the way, man. They just in the way. They in the way. Another happy to be here ass franchise. Just like the Washington Commanders, they just happy to be here. They happy to say that they ain't on the couch next week, but they will be after next Sunday. That's the bottom line, bro. Nobody ain't winning no playoff game at the Linc. Nobody ain't winning no playoff game at the Linc. If you want the Eagles to lose before the Super Bowl, what got to happen is you have to run into the number 1 seed. It's got to be on the road. That's the best chance anybody got. Minnesota not coming, bro. It's Philly, bro. Y'all not coming here throwing no party. Remember, San Fran tried that. San Fran tried to come to Philly. Had all these people outside, about 15 of them, ready to get beat up and shit. Try to come to Philly like they was about to run something. No, it never happens. Dallas don't do it. The Commanders don't do it. The Giants don't do it. They're only a couple hours up the road. Nobody coming to Philly and getting the W. You better schedule it in Brazil or something. Do something else. It's not happening in Philly, bro.
I love it.
That's it. It's not happening in Philly, bro.
Yeah, I tried to, be humble, but at the same time, and I respect my opponent. I respect any opponent, but at the same time, I have to give my team their just due. Like me being humble and acting like, this game is more than what it is. That's me disrespecting my team.
Exactly.
Because I can't disrespect this team. From what I've seen from this team, it'd be disrespectful for me to be humble. Like, it'd be disrespectful to the Eagles. It'd be disrespectful to this defense. It'd be disrespectful to Saquon Barkley for me to be humble. Like, I got to pop my shit. I got to. Like.
And then you know what? I think a lot of people owe us an apology for the Saquon Barkley thing last week that we talked about. Because, look, Zay Flowers got nicked up. Christian Watson, you know what I'm saying? He got banged up. These was 2 teams who played starters. I guess it was a seeding thing that they was after. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? These guys got touched up. You know what I mean? They looking a little wobbly the next jaunt. They had to take Jaden Daniels out. You know what I mean?
Because he was getting hit too much.
He was getting hit too much. And they're like, oh, it ain't worth it. Let's just stay the 7th seed or whatever. They still the 7th seed, right?
No, so the 7th seed is Green Bay.
Oh,
and Washington's the 6th seed. You listen, but you saw the Rams, right? The Rams could have fought for a better seed, and they said, "Fuck that seed. And we need to be healthy for these games."
Yeah, it ain't about that. They was ready to give up the seed, though. They was ready to give it up. The Commanders. Nobody expect Mariota to come out there and move that offense like that. They was ready to give it up. Yeah, I mean that's why he took their quarterback out.
From the jump, it looked like the Packers and Commanders was trying to sell so they could go to the Bucs.
Originally, yeah, they both played like starters. Both of them, they were trying to avoid us.
It looked like both of them teams was trying to avoid us.
Yeah, but then that's the thing. This the thing, though. The thing is, why would we bench Jaden if we was trying to avoid y'all? Y'all could have gave up still.
No. They was trying to both the Packers. They was trying to sell that game.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. They was trying to lose.
Yes.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
They was trying to sell that game, bro. Neither one of them teams wanted to come to Philly, bro. The way they was playing. So y'all coming out now. All of a sudden, y'all can't beat the Bears at home.
But here's the thing, though. The teams that win, though, would have avoided us. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's my point.
So Green Bay, they were trying to win that game. The Washington Commanders at first they were trying to win that game, but then they realized, like we said, JD was getting hit a little too much. Listen, Micah Parsons was on his ass.
He started the game on his ass, bro.
Oh, why was they looking so bad?
They just wasn't having a good game.
Because we know who they are.
Why are they playing so bad? Why?
Bro, Jaden Daniels was looking like shit yesterday. And he was getting hit looking like shit. So it's like, just take him out. Because we're going to play next week regardless.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Listen, it's a win for the Commanders if they come to Philly and get scraped. Because they can say we was in the playoffs. That's all they care about. You know what I mean? They don't care. Yeah. You know what I mean? But Green Bay was trying to avoid us, though. Green Bay was trying to avoid us. The Commanders is happy to be here.
Shout out to Chicago, by the way. They got their first win in the division, I think, this year. Shout out to the Chicago Bears, man. Shout out to Cairo Santos. My man Cairo Santos made the game-winning field goal. Shout out to him, man. I appreciate him.
I'm glad that we don't got to deal with the mouths.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to get them out of here early.
You have fun talking with them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't enjoy talking.
I feel you. Because who are they? Where'd they come from?
Half the chat today would have been them in the chat spamming. Now we only got to deal with 2 Packers fans right now. Half the chat would have been all them Commanders fans coming, worry about what we got going on. So I'm glad that I don't got to hear their mouths buzzing on the timeline, buzzing.
Right, and I don't even want to talk about it because I know what's about to happen to them anyway. I know what's about to happen to them. You know, I don't even want to talk about it. We got our own food to finish, but we all know, we know. Mike Evans about to have a day. I tell you that.
What? What? That defense gonna be had.
Again, yeah, I tell you that.
Name, Bucky.
Yeah, Bucky Irvin, the Winter Soldier.
No, he not.
What's his real name?
No. He calling the Winter Soldier.
What's his real name though?
Bucky Irvin. That's his real name.
Oh, that's his real name. Oh,
Bucky Irvin.
I've been hearing that name all season long.
No, he nice for sure. So, you know, this whole thing, right? Let's just really think about this as far as our team, the way they're built. Is there anything? Because we're confident. We're definitely confident. I think that goes without saying. Is there anything about the Philadelphia Eagles that concerns you going into the playoffs? Anything, any angle, any slight, any thread, anything.
You know, Jake.
Yeah, it's Jake. It's Jake.
Jake, the only thing that's shaky. Jakey is the only shaky part on the team. Everybody else, boom. You know what I'm saying? Shoulders
even Nick. I don't even feel no way about Nick right now.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody else. Everybody else.
Yeah, I don't feel no way about Nick. It's Jake.
Who Jake, not dialed? He the only one not dialed in. Like everybody else.
So it's Jake, and we gotta be fair. No. It could be potential rust. It could be. We might not like how the first series and a half looked. That's just true. That really could happen.
If they don't overthink it,
it could happen.
Feed Saquon. Don't overthink it.
The question put it in his hand. From Tone, is there anything I'm worried about? Rust is a possibility, but I'm not concerned about rust.
Okay.
Like, I'm not negating that it's a possibility, but I'm not concerned about rust. Like you said, hand that ball off. Saquon, no. Gotta move them thighs.
They're gonna be throwing. They gonna
them thighs. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna throw the ball.
Running that rock. Defense is gonna be ready. Them dogs is ready. That defense, you talk about rust. They ready. Them dogs haven't eaten in a week, LB.
I want to
test. Them dogs haven't eaten in a week, LB. When they smell that blood, they coming.
They're going to attack whoever filling in for Jair Alexander. They attack whoever filling in for Jair Alexander. That's football. No, they're going to attack him.
They're going to.
Yeah, they're going to attack him.
I feel like me personally, I want to see where they souls at. So I'm running Saquon initially. I just want to see what they let happen. If
I want to see
if Saquon run the first time and he get like an 8-9, oh, it's a wrap.
Yeah,
it's a wrap.
I want to see us start the game with Saquon and run the offense through Saquon versus asking Saquon to give us a kickstart in the second half.
Yeah.
That part.
And I ain't gonna lie, you gotta pull out the full package, man. You gotta do some design runs with Jalen. You gotta do everything, bro. I know he just came off a protocol, but it's the playoffs now, bro. Everything gotta happen now. Now you might could get away with not having to do it as much this week, but after this round, hey, everything is up, bro. Design runs, everything.
Bro, all I know is I hope Jalen watched some baseball highlights this, over the course of these 2 weeks.
Trying to get him a slide?
Slide, my G.
Bro, they dirty, bro. If he would have slid, they still would have converged on him for that hit.
That's true.
They still would have hit him, bro. The Commanders, man, that shit was dirty, bro. It was as clean dirt as you could possibly get. It was like new construction dirt. When they just building the house, the animals from the forest say piss on it yet. It's like new construction dirt, so it's still dirt. But you know what I mean? We ain't gonna be too mad at that dirt.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
I just need my man to just, hey, if we're gonna do design runs, man, if it ain't there, man, just matter of fact, this is what I want. I want him to at least have an option to throw out of it if it ain't there. You know what I mean? Like that triple option type shit. Like, all right, design run. If it's there, he could go. If it's not there, he could dump it off. Like, I just want my man to be safe, man. I want my man to be safe. You've been going for 2 weeks and some change with a concussion, big dog. Just be easy.